Hey guys, Courtney Epps here, and I am so excited. I'm with OTB Tax, and I'm here for another episode of What's Your Plan B? Why you would be brain dead not doing a home-based business. And I'm so excited to share with you my friend, and I'm going to say Rakan. Is that right? Rakan.
Rakan.
So, what I want to share with you today is pretty amazing, but I want to first and foremost teach you and help you understand that I am not in any way a part of network marketing. I am a big, massive, I love it. Like it is ingrained in me, but I'm not a part of it anymore. I got out of that industry about 3 years ago, and I'm a tax strategist. I'm a speaker and an author. And so I'm just trying to share with you the real world of network marketing. And so I'm just going to let you share who you are, why you got involved in network marketing, what your prior experience was.
For sure. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be on your show, Courtney. I don't know if you remember, we actually sat down.
Yeah, I do. I'm
glad. We're at GoPro, and it was my first time at GoPro, and I've always wanted the front seats. I wanted to have a more close-up experience. And then I saw you sitting down, and you were with your family. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I see you on stage. I'm like, did she just go on? And then yeah, that was it. But it was pretty cool. I learned a lot of things. Growing up with a family that grew up in a country where we had no taxes. Was interesting. And then, coming to North America and you start getting taxes and you got to learn this and this and this. And then going from, working a job, you don't even know how taxes work, to going to an entrepreneur, struggling a little bit and then going full time, then going 6 figures. Now you're talking, you have this multi-million-dollar business and you want experience. So there's a lot of things that I didn't know about taxes that I really learned only from that short session that you had on stage. But really, what my goal was with network marketing, I don't really know what network marketing is. I'll be real with you. When I came to Canada, I wanted to, like anybody else, I wanted to have a better life. I was just not that kid that was excelled in school. I didn't excel in engineering. I didn't excel in math. And I felt I was different than everybody else. But I had this ability to be able to just be friends with anybody. Right, on my job, I was able to just talk to anybody and be friends with them. And I used to work at a gym. And, at one point in my life, I think it was a little bit too much. And I kind of had to figure out what I wanted to do. And I remember I heard this from my mentor a long time ago, like, Rakan, when the student is ready, the mentor shows up. And I had somebody show up in my life and he's like, listen, no, like, I know you're young. I was 20 years old, 21. I was making good money with sales. I was selling these gym memberships. People were getting to the gym, and he's like, I know you make good money, but I promise you, with your abilities of what you have, you can have 10 times more. You can have 100 times more. But when you come from a society and a background that you're just limited to a set potential or a set thinking, you don't believe that making 100, 200, 300, a million, 2 million, especially from network marketing, make it online, right? It's all these things that we see. But a lot of people kind of get into network marketing out of desperation. I got out of inspiration. I was inspired by how big the industry is after, of course, reading with Eric Worre and watching his videos and stuff. So that's kind of one of my main reasons why I got into network marketing. I wanted to make an income for something. I can buy a house here in Canada, so I can sponsor my family from back home and bring them out here. And I'm truly blessed to be in an industry that gives you this ability that you can not only help yourself, you can help other people get paid for it and be able to teach it. And the network marketing industry hasn't only blessed myself, it has blessed my family. My younger sister is a recent 6-figure earner, network marketer. And when you see your family come in and now you're seeing them struggle a little bit and then they go 6 figures, and I truly believe it's a blessing to have such a vehicle that can take you somewhere. But by the way, I read your book, although there's a lot of things that doesn't really apply to Canada. But I as much as I can, I was taking it all in. You should be brain dead if you don't have a network marketing business.
Yes, and that most of it actually does apply, other than the one chapter on the new tax laws. The as far as the deductions go, you're entitled to the same deductions that I am. And, we might file different tax returns, but, they may be called something different. But at the end of the day, if you're attempting to earn an income, then your government will typically give you a benefit for that. So, what we're trying to do is we're generating more economy. And that's what most people don't realize is that, W-2 employees, which are, I'm not knocking W-2 employees. And in Canada, they're called, is it T4?
T4, yeah.
T4 employees. And so, at the end of the day, we're not saying that that's bad. What we're saying is that if you have some sort of home-based business, what happens is you get to move out of that system that was created to steal wealth away from you. And so you get to move into the system of the business owner. And by being a business owner, you get access to be able to write off things like meals and mileage and cell phone and internet and travel, and you can hire your kids, and you got business use of your home. So what it looks like is the same thing, but on a piece of paper. When you get ready to do your tax return, if you're just an employee, then you don't get the same tax deductions as someone who's a business owner. Rightfully so, because at the end of the day, we are creating more economy. We are then hiring more employees, and then the employees have to pay the taxes.
Yep, I agree.
That's the way it works. And so tell me, as far as how long have you been in network marketing?
I've been in network marketing now for 3 years last month.
Wow. That's awesome.
3 years last month, yeah.
And so you talked about having your family involved in the company that you're in, or, in the network marketing industry. I mean, how does it feel to be able to work with your family?
I mean, it's a little to have, my younger sister as a so-called top leader is definitely an interesting experience. But you really truly see what we were raised on, the values that were raised on. You see the work ethic. Although, I wasn't born really in a poor family. To be real with you, before I came to Canada, we never struggled, right? I come from a country where I wouldn't say everybody's rich, but I come from a country where there's plenty of money. The Gulf countries like Saudi, UAE, like has Dubai in them. People have money there. People, do things, and coming from that lifestyle to coming here and then getting humbled a little bit, and then getting into network marketing. It's such an interesting experience. And then getting your younger sister in network marketing, and she goes on there, and she's at a younger age, 20, 21, making, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. She wouldn't be able to do anything like this anywhere else. Yes. Is what I'm saying, right? So
I love it. And then you get to travel around the world with your family and the people that you like, right?
Not with Corona, but yeah, prior to Corona.
I can't wait to go on a vacation again.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. And honestly, I would much rather, instead of going on vacation, I would much rather show up to a continuing education event and and hang around people right now, because I need personal growth and development now more than I need anything else.
Sure. I believe it.
And so what was GoPro your first event, like first major event that you went to?
Yes. GoPro was one of my first network marketing generic event, I would say.
And what did you think of it?
I loved network. I loved that event. That's all I gotta say. I love that event. Anybody that's thinking of going, you definitely go.
Yes. I actually was talking to Eric just a few minutes ago, Eric and Marina. And, it's amazing. People don't understand. It's like in the network marketing space, and there are some other industries. I'm not saying just network marketing, but in the network marketing space, the goal is that if you go to these events, continuing education events, you're going to personally grow. And as you personally grow, your mindset grows, your income grows, everything around you gets bigger and bigger. So you can actually envision a life that's bigger than what it is today. And then once you can see it, then you can actually achieve it.
I believe it. I agree. Being around, like-minded people that can have what you want. And then at the end, I had the privilege to actually go to their house and kind of be with them and just be around people that it just blew my mind. Like, I'm like, I don't know if this is real. I gotta, but yeah, I agree. I haven't seen an industry that is very focused on developing, very focused on growth, very focused on, being a better you, another version of you, and you get paid in the process. You get paid to make mistakes and other things. So yeah.
And then you get to travel. So not only is the continuing education event tax deductible, but the trip that you take is tax deductible. So, you know, you get to go to Las Vegas, you get to hang out with people, you get to write off your meals, you get to write off your, you know, you can actually write off your hotel, you can write off your flights. All of that becomes a tax deduction. And so you're literally saving money to learn how to make more money. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
So who was your favorite speaker at the event at GoPro?
No, don't make me do this.
Other than me. Like,
okay, well, you know, I'm a Middle Eastern background, so there was 2 Middle Eastern guys there. They're the first 2 Arabs to be on stage. Dr. Islam Masli, Dr. Islam Muhammad, they were on there. Loved their speech. Jesse Lee, loved Jesse Lee. Me and Jesse Lee have been friends even before GoPro. There are so many speakers that I can talk about. Of course, Grant Cardone, I think this year was definitely killing it. Yeah, there were so many speakers I can't even think.
Eric Thomas
was phenomenal. All of these speakers, like I was just like, I couldn't leave my seat. Like I was sitting down, it's after, and I can't even leave. Like it's one after another, and I just loved the experience. I left with a book like this big with notes. I kid you not. So
that's crazy. And now, do you have kids? Are you married?
No.
No? You just work.
Just work.
That's it. That's awesome. And does your family live still? Does your family all live in Canada now?
I sponsored them a year and a half.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you've been in network marketing 3 years. And now tell me about, you know, I mean, one of the things for me is that, you know, I get to be around the right crowd of people. You know, I'm a platinum partner with Tony Robbins. That is $85,000 a year. Mm-hmm. And I learned that in network marketing, you can actually go hang around those people for a couple $100 at a continuing education event. In the real world, in the business world, you don't get that type of connection. You don't have people who are willing to help you get to where they've gotten because they don't want you to be where they are because they're scared you're going to be a competition.
Yeah, you're competition now. I agree. Like it is. I kind of said this before. We're in such a blessed industry that, you know, you can learn literally, as you said, a couple $100 from people that actually done it before. Right? It's not like people they're just speaking to speaking. These people are, you know, proven testimonies, proven success stories, and I feel like you just elevate. You know, the biggest thing that I took from network marketing. This is what I tell my team. Like the biggest thing that I took from this industry is I kept every year I kept elevating. Like this version of me was not the version was last year, and the version before that was a different version. And you keep changing, you keep evolving, you keep growing as a person, you keep, you know, getting higher limitations. You grow more as a person, and you kind of said it, a couple $100, which is a little crazy when we're talking about the real business world. I worked in one of the biggest companies in Canada. It was technically the biggest gym in Canada, and they even made us pay for the courses, like leadership courses that they had, and it was not a couple $100. It was not, and you know that company is well known as one of the biggest sales companies in Canada. It was a gym company, but we had nothing to do with it was just focused sales. You do this, you say this, and you have to pay for courses and elevate. And that took a good part of the check, right? Something that you can't even tax it off. But
I was about to say that.
You're an employee, you can't even tax that off. But yeah.
Well, and you know, and the other thing is it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what your background is, what color you are. At the end of the day, I think that the only place I can tell you that this space where none of that matters is in the network marketing realm.
I definitely agree. I have definitely a very diversified. You know, I live in Canada. And Canada's a very diverse country. Like you every race you can ever think of is available here. So, you know, my organization is very diversified. You deal with different people and different colors, and as you said, everybody has the exact same opportunity, and it's only based on work ethic.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and Yes, and it's so amazing because at the end of the day, it's like, man, I think when I was involved in network marketing, and I loved it, and it was like you would go to a restaurant with
Mhm.
a team, and people would look at you crazy,
Mhm.
and it's like all of these people from all these different backgrounds, all these different ethnicities. We would never be caught dead in a room together because we would never have made that connection had it been outside of network marketing.
Very true. I agree, 100%.
And like the most amazing friends that I have are in network marketing. Like it's cool for me because I get to stand on the outside and
Yeah.
everybody allows me in because I'm like, I'm just the helper, right? Just let me be a part of the team. I tell people all the time, I'm like, maybe like one day you could just give me a prize. Like I
I know, right?
or something. Yeah, or maybe let me go on a trip. Like I can hang out with people. And but it's just a lot of fun to be a part of it instead of working a 9 to 5, every single day doing the same thing over and over and over again.
The routine kills.
Yes.
It kills.
Yes. And I love this. So, guys, I want you to understand, and we had this conversation a little bit earlier, is that today, I mean, just like today, I've talked to a hairdresser, I have talked to a doctor, and I've talked to someone who got laid off from her job, was on severance, and, worked for a nonprofit. And, this industry attracts just about any type of person that you want to be, or, it doesn't matter what your background is, but you could be successful here. But my biggest thing is just to teach and educate on the fact that you truly would be brain dead not to have some sort of home-based business because of the tax benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And when you understand that most of the world, I mean, literally the world operates on average on $2.50 per day, like the entire world. But in the United States, and I would be willing to say that Canada is pretty close, that 46% of Americans don't have an extra $400 to their name.
I agree. Canada probably the same.
Yeah. And so the system was broken before this pandemic. We have to fix the system. We have to make a way for us to make our own income.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't figure out a way to make residual income, there's no chance of you ever being able to retire.
I agree. I truly believe with this COVID-19 taught us a lot of things. One of them proving that the network marketing industry works. It clearly, like I'm in a mastermind with Eric, and he's looking at the numbers from the industry, and he's saying in the webinar, he's like, this is doubling. The industry is doubling in size. It's getting bigger. And yeah. I don't see why it wouldn't get bigger, right? Yeah. I think back in the days, having a business was a luxury. Right now, it's a necessity, right? Yeah. Now, I'm not always, a fan of people that get in when they need it, because I truly believe, the people that actually got in are getting the fruits right now. But I truly believe there's going to be another wave. You see, I'm within network marketing. I'm in the financial markets, right? So I look at a lot of charts. I see, and I analyze the markets. I see what's happening in the U.S. based on the U.S. dollar and this dollar and this dollar, and it looks like another shake is coming. Right, and imagine if you can protect yourself,
yes,
with a residual income that the economy wouldn't affect it. Yes. It will just actually add, fuel to the fire, and it will increase your income while you're doing maybe, a lot of people I know that went back to their jobs, right? Yeah. Right now they're opening phase 2, so they're a little open. Yesterday was Canada Day. So people were at the beaches and they were having fun. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm with it. But I feel like if it does come back, you have to be somewhat protected. You got to have a plan. I think you were talking about a plan B. You have to have a plan B, especially if you're looking at a job.
Yes, and you need a plan B before you need the plan B.
Yeah. So plan B is ready for you when you do need it.
Exactly, and I think that's probably one of the big eye openers for people with the coronavirus. Is like the job that they thought was so secure shut down.
Yeah,
and so you've got to figure out a way, guys, to make your own money. One of the sad things I read some statistics just recently is that 48% of people at age 55 have $0 in retirement. And it wouldn't matter. I mean, we're almost at a point where, I could show you and probably scare you. I do not want to do that today. But teach you why you cannot, like, you will never retire unless you have some sort of residual income. And, I just read an article last week that by 2035, that Social Security is going to cut in half by 24%. That's scary for a lot of people. A lot of people are depending on that stuff. And so, you can either, what I've learned is you can either have security now, like a sense of security in a job, or you can have security later, but you're going to have insecurity at one point in time. You're either going to work really, really hard right now, or later on, you're going to have that security that everything's going to be okay, or, you're going to breeze by and you're going to keep your job. And then, later on, you're going to realize, oh, this is not exactly what I was told. Yeah. This is not the retirement I expected.
I agree. I totally agree. I think these stats are a little bit more than accurate with what's happening right now. You see, I'm a big fan of what's happening right now in the U.S. The U.S. printed over $7 trillion over the past 3 months. Yes. $7 trillion with a T, right? So to me, that causes a lot of inflation. So we're talking a lot of disruption from big corporations right now. And these are the people that tell you, oh, I have a secure job. I have a job that would pay me, even if this happened. And I kind of agree. There's nothing. And my biggest thing when people tell, hey, your business looks risky. I'm like, I think your job looks risky. I'm actually safe in my business. I'm safer than you are at your job because, at one point, nobody can really shut down my income. And you're like, oh, no more pay today, right? And with the skills that you get from the network marketing industry, you can grow anywhere, in any. So I tell people, like, network marketing is like a school that teaches who you are.
Yes.
Who you are. And it gives you a vehicle to make mistakes and make money. Right, and it gives you a vehicle to learn skill sets, and it gives you a vehicle to meet people at a higher caliber that on average you would never meet, right? And it gives you abilities to understand the taxing system, and it gives you abilities to grow as a person. Like, there's so many things that it comes with it, but I feel like people are very they're just looking at this like this.
Yes,
right? They're not really understanding the broader version of. Or the vision of the marketing industry and how you can utilize this industry to really change not only yourself, your family's history forever.
Yes. And, I tell people all the time, I don't know if you know this, but 10 years ago, I lost my accounting practice. I sold it, and the guy sold it to quit paying me. I was $250,000 in debt. I was 30 years old. I had, at the time we had 6 children, and I didn't know, I had a non-compete in the entire state of South Carolina, and I had no clue what I was going to do. But the problem is I was broken. Like, I was mentally broken, that I had spent, it wasn't even the money. It was more along the lines of the time. I'd spent 100 hours a week working for 3.5 years, and I signed a piece of paper without having an attorney and lost everything. And that hurt me. And for 6 years, I could not get past it. And so I had to start all over. And what I saw was when I didn't see network marketing as a viable opportunity, because I was taught in college, we're literally taught that network marketing is not real. It is not legitimate. So, don't get upset with your accountants when they tell you that you can't take these deductions. They're taught that. They're literally taught that in college. And so the problem is they don't ever really go look at the tax code and learn for themselves. They listen to other people tell them lies that are myths, like literally impoverish our country. And so, for me, 6 years ago, when I saw network marketing, my parents got me involved. I couldn't afford to sign up, and I ended up putting 900 people into a company.
Wow.
And, but what I was doing indirectly is I was growing my accounting practice. I was growing my mindset. I was getting back to the point where I used to be before I'd lost everything, because I lost that confidence and that will. And I was scared to be a professional again, because I said, what if I build it up again and I make a wrong decision and I'll lose everything again? I'll just stay in network marketing. And then 2 years ago, I heard some statistics, and those statistics, I talk about them every single time I speak, is that the average household income make $60,000 a year, and they pay $14,000 in taxes, and the take home is $46,000. And after what's left over, you got to pay for cost of living, and cost of living is going up. We just talked about inflation, and so what's left over, the cost of living is $53,000 a year on average. Well, the average family is now going in debt $7,000 a year to work. And so when I heard those statistics, I literally put it together, 2 and 2. I'd been involved in network marketing, and I said, oh my God, like, I'm the only accountant who's been in the network marketing industry who understands it's an amazing opportunity, but I've done 900 tax returns at this point in time to show people what they were the year before with just their W-2 job and what they were with the W-2 with a home-based business. I didn't care if they made money. I just wanted them to see the difference in just the tax savings. And it was $4,000 to $8,000 a year. And I said, you know what? I could truly change the world with that information. And so just my accounting practice in 2014, 6 years ago, when I started in network marketing, I did not see it as a viable opportunity. We made $9,000 that year in accounting. That's it. The whole year, like $9,000. And, we now have a multi-million-dollar company that is, every day we're feeding 8,000 children a day. We're providing nourishment for those 8,000. Now we're providing safe drinking water for 53 people a day for the next 15 years in Liberia. We are, freeing a child from sex trafficking every 3 days because we've combined our passion and our profits together, and we've been able to change the world. And guess what? Guess how much it costs me in marketing and advertising? Zero. Because I built it through the entire network marketing industry, the people in it, the amazing people in it. I built my mindset, right? Obviously, I went and I spent some money on mindset. But throughout, all I've done is just help other people. And that's what the network marketing industry does, is that you have to, in order to be successful, guess what? Go help somebody else be successful, and then you'll make more money. It is a brilliant, brilliant way to build a business.
I agree. I completely agree.
I love it. So tell me, I know that, I'm sure you have something that you want to share with the audience, is just, whether it be like a last thing, like last ditch effort, not necessarily selling, but what do you see with this network marketing industry? What do you see in the future, and what do you have to tell somebody about the network marketing industry?
Yeah, I ever watch a movie? I forgot the name of the movie, and there's a kid that is telling everybody, listen, this is gonna happen, but nobody believed him. Everybody was laughing, and then it actually happened. And they all died, and he stayed alive. I feel like I'm that kid right now, talking about the network marketing industry. I like, there is no words that can make me describe how powerful the industry is. Now, there's good and bad in any industry. There's no industry that is a straight line. There's good companies, bad companies. But I truly believe with the leadership that we're seeing right now, it's obvious. It's a little clear to see who's really right and who's wrong. But if you've never heard of network marketing, you got to do your real research. I'm not talking Google research. I'm talking the research from people like Donald Trump, from people like Robert Kiyosaki, people that wrote books about the network marketing industry, people that really are advocates for the network marketing industry. Sir Richard Branson is an advocate. Tony Robbins is an advocate. All these multi-millionaires are not just saying this to say this. Nobody paid them to just stay in network marketing is great. They actually see an opportunity for people. They actually see an opportunity for the economy to grow, right? For an average kid that had no idea, I had no business being in business to be successful in business. It don't make sense. But when you get around the right people, you get around the right system, you get around the network marketing industry, and you really sell out. Right? You really, really, really sell out. Like, I'm not talking doing it half in, half out. You can do it half in, half out, and sure, you can kind of do whatever you want, but really selling out, really have your goals as not only money, eventually helping somebody else doing the exact same thing, right? Every single day I have in my mind, okay, well, how many people can I help today, right? And that can be selfish, by the way, because maybe I'm thinking about my check, but by default, for that to happen, I gotta help somebody.
Yes,
it can be selfish, it can be humanitarian. It's up to the person. That's not up to me to talk about. But help somebody else get success so you can have success. and never be skeptical. I think I put this on Instagram probably a couple days ago, and I said skepticism will always keep you broke. I've never met a rich person, a wealthy person. Let's not talk about rich. A wealthy person that's skeptical about things. It's a little weird, right? When you're going from family and friends that always skeptical about anything that happens in life. You ever met the dad that sits at home and flips to the news and like, he's wrong, he's right? I'm like, Dad, I didn't know you studied politics, bro. Right? And then you meet these wealthy people and they're not skeptical. They're open. They're listening. They're communicating. This is what I love about network marketing. Right? Skepticism will always keep you broke, and look for the right mentor, of course. Learn the taxing system. I truly believe it is a flaw for somebody not to understand taxes, not to understand how taxes work, not to understand how to really utilize it. If you're paying it anyway, you might as well get something out of it.
Exactly. That's so true. I mean, literally, you will spend in your lifetime more, or the average employee will, more on taxes than food, clothing, housing, and transportation combined. Tax strategy is the most important thing that you can learn to keep more of your money. And then I think truly network marketing is the way for the average person, for anybody who wants to grow a business massively all over the world, to be able to start today, get the skills that you need, have a turnkey operation, and go out and just build a massive organization.
I feel like
make as much money as possible.
I feel like I think one of the main reasons why people don't understand taxes is because they feel like it's complicated, and I feel like with your book you made it simple. Even with your when I was watching, I'm like, okay, well, this is not hard. I can understand it. This is English. But I feel like when because I went to business school, and they somewhat touched on taxes. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not going to be bothered listening to this. This is not. But I feel like people have this thing that, okay, taxes, just pay the guy. Why would I even bother? But I feel like you learn really how taxation works, and you don't have to kind of dig deep and read 100 books. There's a couple mentors out there and just understand at least the basics. So you just being aware of what's happening, being aware of what you're getting taxed, where the money's going. Because this is on all the successful people, the wealthy people that I've met, that was their first thing: learn taxes, learn where your money's going. Figure things out. Be aware. You don't have to be woke, but you gotta know where your money's going, right? So,
and don't depend on somebody else to try to figure it out for you. You got to figure it out yourself, because most accountants just don't do it.
It's true. Very, very true.
Well, I so appreciate you being on today for this episode of What's Your Plan B? Why you be brain dead not on a home-based business. And I know, guys. One, I've put in the comment box, you can actually download my book for free. If you want to book a tax strategy session, that's cool. That's great. We are working to help people all over the entire world, to keep more of their hard-earned money and have a more relaxing and less taxing life. And I thank you so much for being on here.
My pleasure.
Yes, thank you. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Take care. Peace.
Bye.